Good night, folks. Welcome to another edition of Breaking Barriers. Last week we had a little issue with flow, but before I move any further, let me introduce the real host, Mr. Richard Jagesa.
Thank you. And why don't tell the people the truth? It had no issue. You had a little running stomach. You had some bad. Look, he say yeah. Look, he say yeah.
That. We had an issue with flow, and as a matter of fact, about 4 persons called me before I reached here, and they told me about they having problem with flow in the area. So guys, I think a couple people told me to call you also concerning the freezing. Sometimes you're watching the program and it's skipping and all that. So
and the sound.
I told them we're trying to get that rectified. So maybe at the earliest convenience, we will see if we could get everything up and running. So let's get cracking because you know how time flies.
Yeah, and because now we're 2 weeks behind, so we have a lot to address, a lot to discuss, and I ready to jam them.
11:30 then?
Nah. I'll try tomorrow and do some work.
All right, so we will start with this situation here with Mariam, doctor. I think she's a doctor now, Dr. Mariam, who has to do a liver transplant. She's in urgent need of that liver transplant. They have already raised $101,748 US, but this is for the procedure. And I spoke to the father this evening, and he said yes, he want to thank everybody. There are some people who he doesn't even know, and which is the norm with our Trinidadian people and Tobagonian.
Yeah.
We don't need to know the person when it comes to a worthy cause like this.
Yep.
You know? So he want to express his sincere gratitude to each and everyone. And he wants you all to continue, if you could continue with the GoFundMe, because they will need approximately 20,000 US again. Because remember, after the surgery, they have to stay in India for at least 2 months. And this will entail the aftercare, medication, hotel accommodation, meals, and is the mother and father and the daughter is there. The second daughter is a family of 4. So again, the father would like to sincerely thank each and everyone for their support. And inshallah, we know that Mariam will come back to us safely. So continue donating to the GoFundMe just to raise the additional funds. So, Richard, you see how Trinidadians, you see how we people are?
Yeah, we very loving, caring, kind society, and as you rightly said, when it comes to causes of people's health, education, and so on, we always quickly up in arms, and we always jump to the support of our neighbors. And
exactly. Some people mightn't have the means, but when they see the cause, they will contribute towards it. So, I would also like to thank Mr. Hasib Majid, our producer here, because we have some of the programs that we had previous, like the Right Fit with Bibi Ajuda, that is back on Monday at 8 p.m. We have Dr. Niehaus. We do have a particular doctor schedule. There are different doctors will carry on the program, and that is on Monday at 6 p.m. Techno is now back with its original presenter, and that is not Kasim, but Dr. Kasim.
Right.
Congratulations, sir, on your PhD. You are on at Thursday at 8 p.m. Islam Chose Me with Imtima Solwazi, Sunday at 9 a.m. And Sports Reel with Riza Abbasali, Sunday at 5 p.m. The sportsman. Riza, I got to give you a call Sunday and we'll have to discuss some things on air. All right, so we want to thank everybody, all the sponsors who supported this show in the past and it is now back on. And we want to thank, if it's the same sponsor or new sponsors, we want to say a hearty welcome to you all. Richard?
Yeah.
So we're going to move now. First and foremost, we have to congratulate the new mayor. The new mayor of New York City.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Come on, guys, we had that clip?
After all, the conventional wisdom would tell you that I am far from the perfect candidate. I am young, despite my best efforts to grow older. I am Muslim. I am a democratic socialist. And most damning of all, I refuse to apologize for any of this.
You hear that? 34-year-old Richard, he only 1 year younger than you. You see what I mean? And
Oh,
he's
you do that maths, boy.
mayor of Kenya. You could imagine Trump right now. You could imagine, and then he already said that if Netanyahu come to New York, he will lock him up. So that is chaos right now in America with the Republican losing a lot of states and then midterm coming up. Is real pressure.
Yeah.
You're big in the dance. You're supposed to know all everything, you know.
I study my work, boy. But they have a healthy democracy over there, just like ours. Just like ours.
Right? You know what I mean? So, while Trump, you're in some hard times coming because you know with the right now they're on in America with the with the salaries not being paid and all that now. I'm trying to remember. Anyhow. Next one I want to go to, guys. Now, our Prime Minister visited Tobago.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And I watched the response that she got from the children. Forget big people. Mm-hmm. Because big people, they head, I don't know where it is be. Innocent children. I just gauge it by innocent children.
Yeah, guys, I sent you a photo there while he's talking about it. We get it up.
Right, guys? Let's show the clip with... Watch are these innocent children? Yeah. You know what I just wonder? What does happen to these same children as they reach 17 and 18? Not only in Tobago, I'm talking about in Trinidad as well, right? What has happened to them when they reach the age of 18? After, you know, what they show no, nothing like, you see nothing like race there. Nothing. Is the Prime Minister, yes. But when they reach 18, these same children who, applauding the Prime Minister, when they reach the 17, 18 as the election time, they I don't know, like the brain just get warped and they swing a particular way. I don't know if it's by the parents' guidance or what. But anyhow, that is the norm in Trinidad. So I guess we had to take the good with the bad.
Yeah. Guys, you have the photo by chance? I know I sent it on short notice there, but I think it encapsulates what Uncle Nazim is seeking to emulate.
All right, before we move on, let me first, it was remiss of me for not welcoming our first sponsor, Tile Expression, the #1 leader in tiles, ceramic wall tiles, porcelain tiles, quartz and granite countertop, all tile accessories, glass mosaic, SPC flooring. So check out Tile Expression, Ajoda Road, Warren, off Monroe Road, 693-0015-223 Tile. So check them out for all your tiles. Okay, we have the clip with, if we don't have that one ready, we have the one with the potholes, guys. Here. Good morning. This is the hole that I was talking about at SM Jaleel, and it is getting worse. And here now, that one hole there, it had one hole. It go into 3. I think I see some young boys just playing 3 hole. It go into 5 now. And whose jurisdiction does that fall into?
Yeah, which road is that?
That is when you come off Medford gas station to go on the highway.
Right.
By SM Jalil Warehouse.
Right.
By SM Jalil Warehouse there.
Where the wood stockyard is. Where the
No, not on the street. When you come from Medford, you come down, you meet at the junction,
Right.
like after Das,
Right. Yes.
and then you make a right to go on the highway.
Right. On that stretch.
Midway.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. And I get in a lot of complaints from Couva, from Freeport. People are complaining that nothing is being done about the roads. Budget pass, yes. So the budget pass, everybody was waiting tentatively. Budget finish. At least allocation should be given out now and at least start to fix some potholes. It is ridiculous. And you know, most of these cars coming out with aluminum rims. So when you drive it and you go down in one of them holes, you're not getting an original rim to buy back. Or if you do get in one, it's big money. You might have to change a set of rims. Because you don't want to drive like how you have 3 on one side and 1 on the next side different. Nobody don't notice it. But I just see it. So, you know, all them things.
And cheap as it come, you know. Cheap as it come.
It getting ridiculous. And on the highway itself, after you pass, before Chief Curry, the extreme left of the highway. You ever notice the extreme left? Yeah. When I come along, I just cut in the middle lane a long distance. Because that left side, real bad. It's real bad. You could lose control. I don't know how some people don't crash in the night. When they drive in there, the road real bad. They're waiting for, instead of it going to cost maybe 5 million, they're waiting to deteriorate it so bad, it will cost about 20 million. Probably that what they're waiting on. So I know you have the air of the relevant ministers. You know, you high and, you know, you're big in the dance. So you could see if you could, you know, put in a little word for the road fixing and the different areas. Couva South, Couva North, Freeport, Calcutta, all them areas. People calling me and tell me it's bad.
Well, they're calling you, like you are the air, everybody. Like you are the relevant minister on speed dial.
No, well, you see here why this up with. I come like the secretary. I will take the call. And then I'll pass it on to the boss.
Don't say you come like the secretary, then you have to get pay and thing. He will come and ask me for health and dental and thing. I can't handle that.
So I just come now and tell you now, I know you will do what is necessary to pass the relevant information on. So let me get it fixed.
Yeah. Of course. I know there's roads that need immediate repair, roads that need, you know, medium repair and so on. And all the roads in Trinidad are definitely in need of some sort of repair. So we'll expect that to happen. Of course.
Now, when you have almost 9.5 years of neglect, now people expecting miracles.
Right.
But it will take a little time. But fine, they're moving a little slow. I ain't telling them to, you know, the critical ones in certain areas, oh God, 1 or 2 holes. Fix it.
Yeah, well, I know I saw some paving going on in Couva. I don't know if that was Couva North or Couva South, but near Perseverance Road. And then I know going up to Aruka, there's some paving there as well. Going into the old airport side, there's some paving, patching and so on. So we wait and we see. But yes, you're correct. After 9.5 years of absolute neglect and so on, you can't expect everything to happen overnight. But let's get into it. I see it's 8:15. I know that's when I want to kick off from.
All right, don't let the referee hold the whistle.
Right. Let
me just welcome Neil Shaz, who is our next sponsors, and then you could put the ball in the mid-pitch in the meantime.
Right.
So let's welcome Neil Shaz Auto Parts for all your European parts, whether it be Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche, Volvo, Land Rover, Mercedes-Benz, BMW. You can get all your parts. What they do have in stock, they will find it for you. So check out Neil Shaz at 56 Eastern Main Road, Aruka. All right, I think the ref has blown his whistle.
Right. I just saw somebody just sent me an article and asked me to address this issue about following the Philippine home invasion. PM pledges stand your ground law 4 hours ago. And that ties in squarely to a big chunk of what I wanted to address tonight. So maybe during the break, I'll send you guys some clips on that. before I begin, guys, let's get the clip up with the student, with the child. I just wanted to also put in my 2 cents on this. Look at the love. Look at the support. And I think that's what you were trying to discuss earlier or point out earlier. And it's something pure. You know, for those of you who do not know, one of the Prime Minister's earlier roles, not her earliest, one of her earlier roles was Minister of Education.
Right.
And she always had that sort of endearment, love, affection, and so on for the children of our nation. And here we see that she went to Tobago, and as you pointed out in the video, I mean, it speaks volumes, the way the children reacted to her. And I for one, really appreciate how they reacted, and I appreciate the fact that the Prime Minister visited. And of course, on a more economic level, what has happened since her visit. So having said that, that's my 2 cents on that. Having said that, let me get into a serious issue I wanted to address. I didn't get a chance to run it by you this week, but I wanted to take this issue of the active threats to our democracy, the active threats to our Prime Minister, and bring it to the forefront, root it out, and deal with it. And let's have a positive discussion on this matter. Guys, can we start it with the first article, please? The Christmas list and what's in due. Yeah, there we go. In the past, in recent history, we could all remember persons of some fame being charged with sedition. Here we have Christmas list. You can scroll down just to get his correct name. I think it's Christopher or something. He was charged with sedition, and Christopher Hughes, Arthur Hughes, yeah. All right? And then let's go to the other article, please. Watson Duke. Here, he was charged with sedition as well. His case, however, was dismissed. This is 2020. Thank you. Guys, can we get the list up, please, while I address this matter? Thank you. So what we have, we know that there is this sedition law. We know that it's been used in the past to target these sorts of persons, these persons of infamy. And I want to just touch on what is sedition so we understand it. First of all, it is still good law. Guys, I think you just had it up there, sedition 4. Sedition case, yeah, let's go sedition case 1. Right, and we'll do 2, 3, and 4 in that order, please. Yeah. So this is the recently concluded Privy Council case on the matter of sedition. The Attorney General and Vijay Murad substituted and so on. And let's go to page 2. There we go. What is sedition? No. Zoom back out, guys. Right. We're going straight to paragraph 14. It says sedition is defined. Well, actually 13. The long title of the act describes it as an act to provide for the punishment of seditious act and seditious libel, to facilitate the suppression of seditious publication, and to provide for the temporary suspension of newspapers containing seditious matters. Well, we've never had the last part, the suspension of newspapers. Let's go to section 3 now, paragraph 14. Seditious intent. So it tells you the purpose of the act is to prevent seditious acts, seditious libel. What is seditious intent? Well, it's defined here at paragraph 14, section 3 of the act. Let's go to the next one page. The next one, please. The next page. There we go. To bring into hatred or contempt, or to excite disaffection against the government or the constitution as by law established by the House of Representatives. Let's go to B. To excite any person to attempt otherwise than by lawful means to procure the alteration of any matter in the state by law established. Let's go to C. Now, it's going to get very interesting at C, D, I, and Roman numeral II. Well, 2. C says to raise discontent or disaffection amongst inhabitants of Trinidad and Tobago. D, to endanger or promote, and I'll slow down here. Guys, scroll down. To endanger or promote feelings of ill will or hostility between one or more sections of the community on the one hand and another section on the other. And I want to make it clear, I am going to treat with sections as race, political affiliation, and gender, and all of those classifications. I'm going to treat with sections of the community in that manner. Roman numeral II, to endanger or promote feelings of ill will towards hostility or to contempt for any class of inhabitants of Trinidad and Tobago. And there we have it. Disingenued by race, color, religion, profession, calling, or employment. And E, to advocate or promote with intent to destroy the whole or in part any identifiable group, the commission of any of the following acts, and so on. And let's pause there for a second. I know there's one more page, guys. Let's pause and come back to me. So the act, the Sedition Act, which is still law, tells us that one person cannot call in this manner, bring hatred, contempt, or excite disaffection against the government. More importantly, and what I want to address, is a person cannot endanger or promote feelings of ill will or hostility against other classes of persons or inhabitants of the country, especially insofar as race, color, religion, profession is concerned. And I have seen in recent days persons, in my opinion, who are guilty of inciting this kind of ill will and hostility against a particular race, a particular religion, a particular profession. And it is about time that we root it out and we deal with it. I think they need you to handle something there.
Oh, I did that already, man. Yes, guys, I already recognize Neil Shares, so we could probably go on to our next sponsors.
Oh, and I think someone is saying the show is cutting in and out on the
right.
live feed.
That is the complaint I had from a couple of persons before I came on air, and I told them it is with the provider, so we're trying to get that rectified. So let's welcome our next sponsor, Fruitopia, from SM Jalil. So we have Fruitopia in different flavors. We have fruit punch, orange, citrus punch, guava, pineapple, passion fruit, sorrel, and Portugal. So when you have to put drinks in those kids' lunch kits, go out and buy Fruitopia at all your supermarkets. All right, Richard, what else? That same thing that was touching on there, Richard.
Yeah.
There was a particular individual who made some seditious remarks, but jumping over your fence and all kind of...
We're going to get it.
I want to know when the police going and visit her.
Yeah, we're going to get it self. So let's go into, thank you so much, guys. Let's go into some statements made. We have it there at, let me see. Guys, bear with us. Kim Cole. Yes, there we go. Kim Cole. The third image we have up there. Yeah. So we have this particular individual who has posted some sort of remarks on social media. I don't know. Guys, we could just quickly move through all of the slides relative to this person. I'll tell you when to change. You can change this one now. There we go. Let's go again. We could come back here. We could come back after. Let's get to the post. What she posted. So a Facebook account posted, there we go, posted the house of the Prime Minister with a target on it. And tags Nicolas Maduro, tags Delcy Rodriguez, and says, as requested, please see location below. And goes further to put the actual geotag location. Scroll up, guys, you want to read the text. Don't miss local parlance. Best wishes, me, P.S. I do not recognize Kamala Persabis as Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. You see this? This is, in my opinion, an act to bring hatred and contempt or to excite disaffection against the government or the Constitutional Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, because this is the Prime Minister's private residence. This is not somebody posting a dissertation or something negatively commenting on policy making. This is somebody actively pointing out and tagging, geotagging the location where harm may befall another. Guys, let's go again. I think it's a map of Trinidad and Tobago. There we go. This map clearly shows all of the seats recently recently that shifted. Don't zoom in, guys. Come back out. Come back out. Let's see the post. All of the seats currently held by the United National Congress. And the individual is saying, Kim Cole, Crystal Elwood is saying, again, dear Nicolas Maduro, dear Delcy Rodriguez, please see attached, kind regards. This person is implying, this person is directing, this person is suggesting that these are the areas where harm should befall the residents of these constituencies, these areas. And this, to me, is bringing and breeding ill will and hostility against an identifiable group. They've been identified.
Yes.
They've been identified in this map. And guys, can we quickly get back? Sedition, page 3, please. That's E. We were reading E. There we go. To advocate or promote. We're going on to E. We're going on to E. To advocate or promote with intent to destroy in whole or in part an identifiable group, the commission of any of the following acts. So the act says, how do you seek to destroy an identifiable group? Look at there. EI, or E Roman numeral 1, killing members of the group. So when the individual points to the Prime Minister's house, what is she suggesting? That Maduro drop a gift basket for her?
With a target.
With the image of a target. Yeah. Yeah. What is really taking place in this country? All right, let's go to the last extract of the case, which I believe you have it as sedition case 4. And there's only one paragraph I want to address there. There we go. Above 15, you see 3. You can zoom in on that. In determining whether the intention with which an act was done, any words were spoken or communicated, that's important. Don't come and tell me, well, she never say nothing. It's communicated. Or any document was published, was or was not sedition, every person shall be deemed to intend the consequences which would naturally follow from his conduct at the time and under the circumstances in which he so conducted himself. You could come back to me, please. And it is in these circumstances, in these parameters of the Privy Council, that I say those posts that we just look at screams seditious. It screams harm to a particular group of persons. It screams ill intent and other items. Before I move on, it's not that one event, and now we could go to what the individual looks like. Now we could go to Kim 1. You have it there as Kim 1, guys. There we go. So this was posted by somebody. I don't know if this is an updated image or what. Let's go to the other image. Supposedly, this is the individual. And this could be why the person is targeting members of a particular group. This could be why the person is saying she doesn't recognize Kamala Persad-Bissessar as the Prime Minister of the country. This could be her association and affiliation with a contrary political motive. You can come back to me, guys. Can I get back come back to me and can I get the screen up, please? Thank you so much. There we go. Right. Now, that is dealing with what screamed to me as sedition. Let's go now, before we get to what you want to deal with, let's go to lady talking about. This is something I saw is a video, guys.
I saw that today.
I saw this very recently and it fits squarely in what I wish to address. Because after telling the country what I think sedition means, after reading the case and going through it line by line, the relevant aspects, and showing you an extract of what I think qualifies as sedition, I now want to show you a video that is circulating today. Because if we do not put a stop to it, we're going to see more of it. If we do not root it out and say this is sedition, it cannot continue, we as lawful citizens will not stand for it. It will proceed. So guys, let's get the video up, please. Let's get
Defense Minister of Venezuela, me can't speak Spanish, but I want to tell you something. You say we go get a response. Please, it's not TNT revving on oil. It's UNC. Please send your assassinator or assassinators and deal with the party itself. The 35 cabinet ministers, deal with them. Just that 35. Right? Because we Trinidadian didn't threaten Venezuela, right? We don't have no bomb. We have no grenade. We Coast Guard and them, they don't know about that. They could give wood, but they can't give shots. Please, go directly to the UNC, not TNT. Okay, Defense Minister of Venezuela, go straight to Miss Kamala Persad and her 35 ministers. Go straight to them, not TNT.
That's it there, guys.
Yeah.
That is clearly seditious. That is clearly targeting a group of people, elected officials, 35 elected officials, sitting in parliament, sitting in cabinet, and the prime minister. That is clearly, in my interpretation, in my humble view, sedition at its highest. How could we have citizens of this country calling on a foreign entity to target other citizens of this country? How could we have a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago calling a national of somewhere else to do harm to our own kin, to our own blood, to our own people? As absolute madness, absolute insanity, and absolute sedition. Now, understand me clearly. I support any democracy. I support people voicing their concerns. Have an intelligent debate. Have an intelligent, if you want to protest, you want to write an article in the papers, you want to, your ability to remove the government, to change the government of the day comes around every 5 years or whenever they call election. Calling for a foreign entity to take the life of elected officials is totally without cause, without due care and consideration, without understanding where we are as a democracy. The last one I want to address is your favorite. But before I do it, before I go there, what's your thoughts?
No, Richard, that the police should have been by her door already. Mm-hmm. You see what, like for instance, remember the guy from Icacos? It's from Icacos, who made the statement about the former prime minister. Former prime minister.
Yeah. The next day, the evening.
They went for him one time.
Yeah.
They went for him. Mm-hmm. So it looked like there are some rules to some people in this country, and other people could say what they want. Yeah, and that is why we continue to have the hatred for one another. Because some people could just play out how they want in public, and nobody does nothing.
Yeah. I find that this 1 week is too much. 1 day is too much. This is going on far too long. Express your concerns. Express your political your freedom of expression. Express that. But what we just watched is clearly something different.
Yeah, but it started long time ago, Richard.
Yeah,
remember with the good-looking activists?
Yeah, you want to get straight into it?
And then we'll take a break.
There's two videos, right? There's two videos. You play it in any order. Yeah, you have it there last. And the other one, let me just tell you where it is. I'm not seeing it on this screen. You have another screen? All right, go ahead with the last video. Well, I'll get you the title of the other one.
The good-looking
activist.
Oh,
you have it in the top left-hand corner there. It has some writing to it's blacked out. Top, Juliet Davy video. So let's go with what you have there. I'm not going to say that name. Very rude name you've put. Let's go with the last video and then the Juliet Davy.
Man, the only thing I want to tell Anil Roberts right, Tom and Kamala Persad in this country, and there's many of you holding it back. Many of you holding back people like me from telling them what we really want to tell them, because what we really need to tell them is how their mother make them. That's what we really need to tell them. But you see, there are a lot of people in this country still playing games with these kind of politicians. And we're not supposed to be playing no games with these kind of politicians. We're supposed to be taking it to them. We're supposed to jump over the fence, run up inside of the house, hold them, and deal with them seriously. But no, we're getting ticks in this country. You understand? So Anil Roberts feel that he can still come back people in this country how he want to talk to people. And they believe that all they had to do is to pretty up a little black woman, put a little wig on she head, put on 2 little lipstick and some powder on she face and send she into Lakita, tell she to plant 2 grow box with sweet pepper and tomato and go and tell the people to vote for the UNC. And that is what we're encouraging in this country.
Yeah. Next one.
One time, and then we'll go to a break.
Yeah.
We need to take a break.
Oh. You're supposed to be taking it to them. You're supposed to jump over the fence, run up inside of the house, hold them, and deal with them seriously.
Great is the PNM.
You're supposed to be taking it to them. You're supposed to jump over the fence, run up inside of the house, hold them, and deal with them seriously.
Great is the PNM.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest variety, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Chic Leisure Limited, making life easier. Our renowned great tasting vermicelli comes pre-cut in regular and parched, packaged to make preparation simple. Attention all doubles vendors and roti makers, try our high quality pre-sifted bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour, low price and conveniently packaged. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisure Limited, Warrenville, Conopia. Chic Leisure Limited, quality you can trust.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Southern Main Road, Cunupia.
Never too early, never too late to recharge and hydrate. Get your daily dose the right way. Grab our Oasis, now why wait? Never too early, never too late to recharge and hydrate. Get your daily dose the right way. Grab our Oasis, now why wait? The greatest, the safest Oasis for sure. Oasis, it's purer than pure.
IBN is in the process of printing English Qurans for free distribution to non-Muslims, new Muslims, and the curious wishing to educate themselves on Islam. To support this initiative, you can contact us at the studio 645-4426 or 663-8373. Those numbers again, 645-4426 or 663-8373. Join us in IBN's Quran Drive.
Chic Leisure Limited, making life easier. Our renowned great tasting vermicelli comes pre-cut in regular and parch, packaged to make preparation simple. Attention all doubles vendors and roti makers, try our high quality pre-sifted bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour, low price and conveniently packaged. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisure Limited, Warrenville, Conopia. Chic Leisure Limited, quality you can trust.
We're going to read responses. Okay. Welcome back, folks. So, guys, I now send you some information. If we could put that up first concerning the young doctor, just to get it out of the way, please. You have it ready, or if we don't have it, we can go to the clip where I am put with the missing minister. The one that we have there with Regis. We could go with that one. Now, since Parliament started, what is the latest with this MP? Any information?
Some issue that we paying for, taxpaying paying for, I think.
Right. But if she's using taxpayers' money, don't you think we have a right to know? All well people is get ill.
At least the basics. At least
right?
update the people
At
the basics.
least tell the people, here what's going on. This is what is happening to the minister. Presently, she is hospitalized. She is resting at home. Whatsoever. Because we paying her. How much money has the taxpayer spent on her so far? Let us know. Because when people get sick in this country, they can't just jump on a plane and go anywhere and the taxpayers will see about it.
Yeah, and I think most importantly, her constituents need a voice in Parliament, need a voice in their caucus, needs a voice and so on.
Hold your hand, brother.
So,
hold your hand. You're wrong. This is the first time you're wrong.
How?
I win you this time. I live in her constituency. And she's a non-performer. Nothing. I don't even see that lady. So I could tell you that straight. So the constituents not missing her. They're not missing her. I could tell you that. At least in my particular area.
All right.
Because she does nothing. Nothing. And she can't walk. There is talk about the Prime Minister cannot, but she older than Miss Regis. Right? Miss Regis cannot walk. The only thing she could do is bowl and open her mouth wide when it have a fire. I don't know what she lost in the fire, that she was bowling and shouting like that. I don't know. But she's a non-entity in my district. I could tell you that. So I, as a taxpayer, would like to know if we still paying for Miss Regis. If we had to go to the Freedom of Information, we got to go on, Rachel.
You use the boss,
If we had to go, because you can't keep that secret. You know what I mean? Guy, we have the account number that I sent for you all. That's for the doctor. All right. For all those persons who are willing to make your deposit for the additional funding that they will need for aftercare after the surgery in India, this is it here. The person name is Fayoum Mohammed, Republic Bank, Tunapuna West. Is a checking account. Number 2505-125-08701. So just leave it for a second or two so people can write it down. And you can continue making your contributions. And for sure, they will inform you when we have reached the requisite amount so that we can inform the general public.
Yeah.
Right? So we
got the video up, yeah.
Right. We had Right, that's the one I wanted to get out of the way because then
The sponsor.
all right, let's welcome Starfish Satco to this for this segment. For the Starfish Wi-Fi smart bulb, we have Wi-Fi smart plug. We have Starfish Wi-Fi smart bulb by different shades. We have hanging lights. We have smart in-wall switch. Anything you need, just check Atlantic Trading for your smart plugs and at 663-9732. 663-9732.
Right. So, we on the Sedition Act. I had an opportunity to look at it live. I apologize in advance for displaying such heinous images on your television screen on a Wednesday night. I've seen the complaints, and I apologize, but I'm going to do it again. Guys, let's add the second video.
Let me put a disclaimer first, sir. All right, let's go with it, guys.
I don't know where some of you are living. According to my co-host, Mr. Ruka, if you do not like the country under the leadership of Dr. Rowley and the PNM, then take up your Jahaji bundle and go. Leave this country. What? I'm telling you in your fucking face.
No.
All right, guys, just once we apologize for any voice images that, you know, anything that was offensive, because I don't know in advance. Let me say one time.
Yeah.
No, she is saying, if you don't like what's happening under Dr. Rowley, take your Jahaji bundle and go.
Yeah, which is a clear undertone, backhanded reference to race.
Right, and I am going to tell her back the same thing.
Yeah.
If you don't like how the country is being run under the present administration, take
whatever you have.
I can't tell she Jahaji bundle.
Yeah, whatever you own.
And go to wherever country you think you come from. Go whatever country you think you're from. Leave. You can leave and go. Nobody's stopping you. The port's open.
Yeah.
Take a flight and bust it out of here. You and all those who you know, if you know what they call a horn, right? At a banker.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
PNM supporters will quicker get over at a banker where relationship is concerned
than a political tabanka.
Than this political tabanka they have now. They cannot get over that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with these people. They believe they have a destined right to rule this country.
That's where it comes from.
That is what I don't understand over there.
Yeah. And for those of you who may think, who may suspect that, oh God, will a lady just post something on Facebook or a lady just say something on TikTok, these invitations to do harm to other people, they are being taken seriously. Today, there was a home invasion near the home of the Prime Minister. The invitation by certain people is not even a sector of society, because this is not a mirror image of the entire PNM. This is not a mirror image of the PNM former cabinet. This is something else. This is something bred somewhere else in hate and division. And what they are, so I am not attacking the PNM. I am not attacking any political group. But I am saying anybody that attacks a political group in this manner is absolutely wrong. And what we have is clearly individuals taking these invitations seriously. Otherwise, all those clips that we saw where home invasions increase and robberies increase and rape increase and so on, that would not have happened. That if people were not taking the invitation seriously. The home invasion today in Philippines would not have happened. So it is an actual feeling, it's an actual invitation being handed out. When people say run up in the house and deal with them and so on, people are actually taking it serious.
Very serious. But have you heard anybody, these are people who more or less talking on behalf of the PNM. Have you ever heard...
Or some other group.
Right? Have you ever heard anybody distancing themselves from these statements?
No. No,
Not
absolutely
one
not.
person, you know.
Not.
And they have openly said that they are supporters of the PNM.
Yeah, yeah.
And not one person has ever come to the front and say, I distance myself from the statements of these people.
Yeah, guys, we have the first two images that you have is a court case. Let's get the first page and then the second page very quickly up. Because I don't want anybody watching this show to also follow in that route. Because in addition to being guilty of sedition, they're always in court for defamation. Look at this case. Guys, I'm seeing it blurry. Is it? Right, there we go. Dr. Rura Munilal in 2016 sued, scroll down, Juliet Davy. Right? In 2020, there was judgment. So, next page now, guys. Quickly, next page, next page, next page. No, yes. Scroll along to order. Where you seen this in bold there? Bold, yeah. And she had to pay $100,000. Call it $500,000 because 69,000 in costs, right? So it's more than $500,000. She has to pay money. She has to pay for damages. All right, she has to pay for defamation. Come back to me. So it's important that you understand, in addition, in this behavior, this attitude, this calling on other people to do harm to others and so on, this loose mouth thing that they do, it's harmful not only to society at large, it's harmful, it's potentially harmful to you and your family if you get caught up in that. Now, before we depart from this point, I want to just address, insofar as the law is concerned, other laws which we may be minded to consider moving forward, in addition to sedition. Because who knows? Maybe the Privy Council, in another version of this case, may tell themselves, no, it's not constitutional, or Parliament may do something with it. I don't know. So let's look at the other available avenues. And I'll touch on it very briefly because they're kicking me under the table here for time. Offenses Against the Persons Act, Section 5B, should cover anybody inviting, soliciting, or encouraging any other person, persuading any other person to commit any act resulting in the murder of another person. So if you invite somebody to target the Prime Minister's house, if you invite somebody to target 35 members of cabinet, if you invite somebody to target constituencies that did not vote for your political preference, this should qualify. We've been through the Sedition Act. All right, there are other sections of it I wanted to address. But like I say, my foot swell with all the kick I get in here.
See that?
All right.
So with all of this, we have the laws, we have everything.
Yeah.
Why nobody's acting on it?
Well, all I could do is tell you what is right and what is wrong. Right? The fellas who have the handcuffs, the fellas who have the authority and the power, not in this room. He had the power to make a real good fish broth. Then we go again. Malicious Damage Act, the conspiracy to set fire or to cause any explosion, which obviously in my interpretation will mean if you put a bomb by somebody's house. The act specifies and specifically makes reference to the solicitation and encouragement and persuading any other person to set fire to any building and so on. This is extended to cover explosive damage as well. The act contains specific penalties such as attempting to destroy buildings with gunpowder, placing an explosive substance with intent to destroy or damage a building. All right, by posting the words or the instructions or the invitation, blow it up, as we saw in a Facebook post, or run up in the house, as we heard in a TikTok video, that person is openly soliciting or encouraging others to commit a major offense in law, malicious damage of a dwelling house, or harm to another person's life. That person should be looked at very carefully. I'll leave out the last page, but it's a series, it's a plethora of laws available to us. And I think we need to start to avail ourselves. And the forces, I mean, we as private citizens can bring a private claim for this, but we need to call on those responsible to take action where action is necessary. And I rest my case.
You hear that? He rests his case. All right, let's welcome Extra Care. Since you rest your case, I've been going into Extra Care products right now. So for all your household products, you can, and creams, shampoos, You can check out Extra Care from Atlantic Trading. We have the 90% pure water wipes, we have hand sanitizer, we have shower cream, repair and shampoo, rose almond oil, Total Energy for men, anything in creams. You even have coconut. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
So for all your creams and shampoos and hand sanitizers, check out Atlantic Trading 663-9732. Now, Richard, one of the things I want to ask, what is the penalty for such seditious intentions spreading? What does the law say?
Give me 2 seconds, I'll tell you. I had it here tabbed, when I was going through it.
2 seconds go, eh? All right, so while Richard is looking for that, we will I just want to wish somebody here a happy birthday. So guys, we can put up the post here. This is Salisha Moody from Arangwes. She will be 72 years tomorrow. So we just want to wish her a happy birthday here from IBN, from Moody, from Maria, from Mida, and from her from Akil. So they want to wish you a happy birthday. Moody say he's making fish broth for you. And I think we have, and I didn't really get the photos, but it had some persons I supposed to, like last week I had it with my brother Ashmead. I supposed to congratulate him for 29 years of long service award for extra food. And we have 2 other persons from Bamboo, within Bamboo, who were very successful too. That is Abed Nabi and Farouk Nabi. We like to recognize them for their dedicated service. If it's one thing, when people from Bamboo, you give them a job, they get it done. We're not like other people. So all these years of service, we want to say, I'm sure it was appreciated by the management of Extra Food. So, and they have a new one. I see the new building might be starting just now in Trin City. So that is very close to me. I'll have to talk to Mr. Akil about that one. And I just want to give you folks a little update on the what is happening at the hospital at present. Now, we had some little misunderstanding with shipping details, because I really thought the generator and the switchgear would have reached by now. But we had some setbacks with documentation, and it left 2 weeks ago. So it should be with the volume of containers that coming in for this season. I think we should get that in early next year, or maybe sometime in December. So we're waiting on that, but in the meantime, there is work going on inside the building. So we're giving the building a little fresh on the outside, but there is work going on inside. So have no fear. As soon as the generator come down, we will get our electricity. TNTech has already assured me once the switchgear and the generator come, it's just a matter of a day or 2. So once we do our part, we will get the connection, and we still are waiting WASA. I have to probably go into WASA and find out what is the status of the connection with in regards to that, because that has been outstanding for too long. Richard, I'll have to make an appointment, and you might have to accompany me.
Sure, no problem. Consider that done.
So we could see if we can see the make an appointment for to see the CEO. And don't forget, from the 19th to the 24th, we have our December shopping extravaganza, the Baraka Grounds. Expo is back December the 19th to the 24th. So get ready to shop and explore a wide range of talented vendors offering unique gift items at affordable prices. There will be, I am sure, over 100 tents. So book your tents early. You don't want to be left out. This is the last big one for the year. So call 663-4762 and book your spaces now, please.
Yeah. To answer your question, for smaller offenses, The fine is $3,000 and 2 years imprisonment. For larger offenses, you can be convicted by a judge and jury. $20,000 and 5 years imprisonment.
No, it's not or, right? It's and.
And. Yeah, that's important. That's important.
Right. That is
all right.
good.
Okay, so we're short on time, so I'll move swiftly along. Guys, we have a video here. All is calm. Just cue that up. I'll tell you when to play it. So all of these issues, all of these Venezuela versus Trinidad and Tobago, this is something being churned out by propaganda and those people who either don't understand or don't care to understand what is going on. Last weekend, from Friday, there were issues and fear-mongering, issues circulating in the media and social media. And guys, let me know when the video is ready. Justin, that's the one where we cut up just a little bit. That's the one we just took out from the 5 minutes. You took out a couple seconds when I wrote down the time stamp. So last week Friday, we started to see on social media calls from various persons saying, harm is going to come to Trinidad from Venezuela because there's an imminent attack and so on. Again, this is fear-mongering. Now, the serious reaction from that sort of fear-mongering was the gas stations were filled, the groceries were filled, traffic, and Friday come gone, nothing happened. Saturday come gone, nothing happened. And the truth is, these things simply did not need to be fair in our minds. These things, it could have been fact-checked. These things could have been dealt with by either the mainstream media or people just operating with common sense. It had gotten to the point where I myself received a few calls asking, well, what's going on, what's happening? And the first thing I did was turn to reliable media outlets. And I found international media quoting President Trump, where he said he has no intention to strike Venezuela. The media, of course, Trinidad local mainstream media, of course, met with the Prime Minister outside of Parliament just before she went into Parliament to debate the extension of the SOE, and questioned her, and she answered very logically, what you said has not been brought to my attention, so I don't have anything to work with. Why are you asking me this? Let's play the video, guys.
When we look at the U.S. reports talking about an imminent strike on Venezuela, has that come across your desk?
That has not come. Yes, I've seen the reports. I've also seen where President Trump is saying something different. So again, it's a lot of speculation, not just here, not locally, everywhere. I mean, it's a situation that really demands everybody's attention. We will keep our eyes and ears peeled and act when we see it's appropriate. We are not sitting ducks as we used to be here. We might be getting rained on, we're not sitting ducks in the rain. We have been receiving intelligence reports, and thus far I have none that there is an imminent strike anywhere in the region.
No information that there's imminent strike in the region.
Let me ask you this, Richard.
Yeah.
Let me cut across today. You think Venezuela brave enough to fire anything towards Trinidad with the United States outside there?
No.
So why people behaving like how they behaving in Trinidad?
And I think, one, people are quick to be scared. And in some circumstances, it may be understandable. But in these circumstances, and what happened Friday, I found the fact-checking exercise to be very simple. I found the fact-checking exercise to be easy. And let's play the video. Guys, we have a Trump video. Let's have that. It's 24 seconds long.
Our country is respected again. When they treat me with that kind of respect, they're treating our country with that kind of respect, which is much more important. And our country is respected again. Do you have any questions?
Mr. President, there are reports that you are considering strikes within Venezuela. Is that true?
No.
That you made a decision on that?
No, it's not true.
Mr. President.
Ooh, that sound. We have to do something about that sound.
So the Americans are waiting for Maduro to make the first mistake. And if he go out of line, that is when they chaos will start.
Yeah, guys, you have a screenshot of a newspaper article. It starts, Commissioner of Police, COP, U.S. strikes disrupting drug and contraband flow in Trinidad. Yeah, you're on the ball, boy. Let's go to the bottom article. Maduro brands TNT Prime Minister a warmonger, blames her for Venezuelan protests. Yeah. All right. So this thing is going to have a lot of media involvement. As the Prime Minister rightly said, we're all going to keep our eyes peeled, ears open. This is something that requires the attention of all persons. What the Venezuelan newspaper and media is going to try to do is sort of rope us in as a sort of bullying tactic, a sort of, if you don't side with us, we'll beat you up kind of behavior. You have to side with us kind of attitude. Maduro brands TNT Prime Minister. Well, that's what this is. That's the effect of this. That's the intent behind this. Come back to me. I don't have time to go through the article today. You all know I would have. But how could he? What's the logic behind it? How is she a warmonger? She has not launched any bombs, missiles, done harm to Venezuela. She has not done any.
She never even threatened Venezuela.
She has never threatened Venezuela or its nationals. First of all, let's be honest with ourselves. Maduro's nationals are running from him and here.
Right.
And our Prime Minister and our government has not done them anything. So she is not a warmonger. She is a democratically elected individual, a political strategist of great esteem, and she, on this particular issue, has said our seas are open, our ports are open, and we are assisting an ally, which is the United States.
In the fight against drugs.
In the fight against drugs. If Venezuela feels the fight against drugs is the fight against them, well, then they need to look inward for enemies and ill fate rather than outward for warmongers, because we are certainly not that. So you're going to see a lot of that kind of attack. And I'm seeing it on social media as well. I'm seeing it on TikTok. The other article on the same newspaper was U.S. strikes disrupting drug and contraband flow. And if we had time, I would have gone through the article and showed you all where the statistics come into play and so on. And it's very important that we understand. I saw something on TikTok about how the government know the price of drugs going up. Well, the same way the police just go to court and say the street value of this drug is $10,000. It's the same way with intelligence, with rooted intelligence. That's how they know. So I find that to be a stupid question. But I was one of those TikTok influencers that really take on.
I'm not on TikTok. All right, let's welcome Rita Products to this segment. And we'll take a break and come back with the...
Yeah, and then let's open the lines now.
Right,
yeah.
So let's welcome Rita Products for all your basil seed. Guys, we have the cafe cappuccino, we have espresso, we have the Rita cocktail, basil seed, tamarind, soursop, pineapple, dragon fruit, and we also have the cherry drink. So you can contact Atlantic Trading at 663-9732 for all the different flavors of drinks.
You know, I was supposed to tell you, I bought some and I had it at the office, and my staff had one of the cold drinks and one of the coffees, and they've been saying that they want more. So I'm gonna get 2 cases and pack it on in the office. So next time when you come, we'll have some with the staff.
You know, I was supposed to tell you that I noticed when you come in your office, you have a little coffee area, you know, a little kitchenette where you could come and, you know, you kind of get a little, you know, refreshment, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I just didn't want to show you it.
Oh. So that's who you're putting.
I wanted you to come and do your thing and leave.
Oh. All right, guys, let's take a break, and when we come back, we will open the phone lines.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest varieties, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
Chic Leisure Limited, making life easier. Our renowned great tasting vermicelli comes pre-cut in regular and parch, packaged to make preparation simple. Attention all doubles vendors and roti makers, try our high quality pre-sifted bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour, low price and conveniently packaged. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisure Limited, Warrenville, Conopia. Chic Leisure Limited, quality you can trust.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Sun and Main Road, Cunupia.
Never too early, never too late to recharge and hydrate. Get your daily dose the right way. Grab an Oasis, now why wait? Never too early, never too late to recharge and hydrate. Get your daily dose the right way. Grab an Oasis, now why wait? The greatest, the safest, Oasis for sure. Oasis, it's purer than pure.
IBN is in the process of printing English Qurans for free distribution to non-Muslims, new Muslims, and the curious wishing to educate themselves on Islam. To support this initiative, you can contact us at the studio, 645-4426 or 663-8373. Those numbers again, 645-4426 or 663-8373. Join us in IBN's Quran Drive.
I just bring documents and things for them to sign. I don't do that everywhere.
Yeah, well, come back, folks. Guys, we could put up the phone lines one time. Look, we have a caller already. Hello, good night, caller. Let's move quick. And we move in brisk tonight because I'm sure we're going to get a lot of calls. All right, hello, good night, caller.
Good night, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
I want to be quick. I have a suggestion to make. I want you guys, the management of IBM, to change the name of the program Breaking Barrier and put it to the Ancient Ishmael or the Ancient Ishmael program so that his name will not die off at all. His name will continue living.
Don't worry.
The
name.
The second suggestion is that I had suggested before that you get the minister's name and phone number so that you will call the person in that place on the Bilja Road. The mayor should go not responsible for that, but Jolene John, the minister, she responsible also. And that could be shown on the TV. You can call Alexander to ask him what he's going to do with it. Thank you, gentlemen.
Alexander, good one. Alexander is Homeland Security.
No, I think you're talking about Philip Alexander. He's called Fix It.
Fix It, man. Yeah. Hello, good night, caller. Hello.
Yes, assalamu alaikum, Uncle Nazim.
Wa alaikum assalam, sir. And don't forget Uncle Richard.
And Uncle Richard, how are you?
I'm good. Tell me.
Yeah, thank you for informing the viewers of the upcoming shows on IBN. Richard, I just wanted to comment on what you mentioned about the home invasions. And the latest one on the SS Erin Road in the Philippines Tuesday morning. I'm extremely worried about the escalation of these home invasions. And that one in particular, farmer, his vendor, white, 3 children, tie strap, duct tape, absolutely horrifying. Now, what is disturbing to me is the detection rate for these type of crimes. I'm not reading anything about the detection rate. You know, the police arresting these home invasions and there's robberies. Now, home invasions have been with us for several years. And the escalation seems to be extremely alarming. And while the police cannot be everywhere and anywhere, the detection rate seems to be low to me. Now, when you talk about, about the this thing coming at the end of the year, what you call it, this parliament, and the parliament, I am really, really disturbed about this trend. And I'm hoping that something can be done through the police action or whatever, to pull back on this, horrifying trend of home invasions.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Riza. So you can look forward. That is Mr. Riza Abasali. You can watch his sports reel on Sunday at 5 p.m. and you can ask him all your questions on sports. Richard?
Mm-hmm.
That is, our next caller on the line. Hello, good night, caller. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yes.
Good night, Uncle Nazim and attorney Richard.
Good night.
Good night.
Observation, I'm listening to this and I might be really stretching it. But you see that invasion and the proximity to the Prime Minister's residence, is there linked to all these things that these people are putting on video and all kind of things and targeting the government and by extension the Prime Minister. I'm just from a distance trying to see if there is any connection. No. I am calling to clap back at the president of the TTRN, Trinidad and Tobago Nurses Association. He has a name that is indicative of Idi Amin. And I'm hoping that he changes behavior. This is what he said 4 years this month. For people who did not get vaccinated, he discriminated against them. He said they will not be given priority. That's my words, what I could remember. And he had to come back and apologize. 3 days ago, he advised people not to go to the Mount Wolf complex because there's a shortage of medical professionals. We know that there were some shortages, 12 or 15 nurses. Was that a sick out? Was that planned with him? For him to say that tells me there must be an excess. And was he causing public mischief in a SOE? Just like news source, paper source, who said the president bolted the country because we under possibly war somewhere there goes. A lot of them are causing public mischief in a SOE. So I am saying he was spared, and I hope it's not too late to discipline him for failing in the hypocritical oath for medical practitioners who priority is patient first, looking after their well-being.
All right, caller. Wrap it up quickly because we're short on time.
Okay. I'm trying to red flag in for people to understand what sort of person he is. Go on, have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you very much for your contribution, sir. Okay. Hello, good night, caller. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Nazim, good night.
Yes, Mr. Charlieville.
Richard, good night.
Good night.
I'm looking at your program here, boy. Very interesting program tonight. Let me tell you something, right? My personal opinion here, partner, is that the Prime Minister has to set an example. The Commissioner of Police has to set an example. Because it's reaching too far now, right? Listen, I understand the Prime Minister is a caring person and thing, but this thing reaching too far now. And to this woman, this Kim Cole woman, listen, he's an idiot. Look at the map you post up there. Yes, you're all talking about Trinidad is a PNM country. All you see 90% of the map yellow. I just drawing a reference. Look at the map before you make them kind of statements. Listen, this thing reaching too far. And to all the PNM supporters, right? I want you to understand something. When you see all the get a vacation and thing, if all you have a problem with the United States, don't go to the United States. Don't go Miami. Don't go New York. Don't waste your time going there. Take your passport and go Venezuela. Go. Go across there. Let me tell you, when you see you go in the bank, go ask them for US currency. Ask them for polybars to go and do your business with. And see how far you're reach in life. People not understanding the ramifications. If the Prime Minister did side with Venezuela and tell the US you're not siding with them here. People not understanding that part of the story, you know.
Sanctions in retail, endless.
Boy,
all it's seeing is the Prime Minister siding with the United States. But
Yeah,
if
but-
she didn't side with the United States, think about what would have happened to Trinidad and Tobago. They must sit down and think
Yeah, but
before they
Kola-
open their mouth.
Yeah, but Kola, let me just indulge you here. But she is siding with America in the fight against drugs.
Right.
She
But
has
you see-
no qualms with Venezuela. She
Right, but you see, the problem is, Nazim, the problem is Trinidadians don't understand simple English. Look at the past. When she makes simple statements and they turn around everything and call the woman a racist. Who's the racist now? People have to look at themselves before they open their mouth to talk. Anyhow, I don't want to take up too much of the
Yeah,
time,
man.
fellas.
Yeah, but thanks
Alright,
again for your
alright.
thanks again for your contribution. Hello, good night, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to you, gentlemen.
Wa alaikum assalam and good evening.
So I'm not going to talk about Julia Darby. I'm not going to talk about wars and rumors of wars. I'm not going to talk about home invasion tonight. Right now, we are facing a serious issue in the country, and it is gas tanks.
Yes,
Two
that's the
people
seat of our
died,
next
as you are
one.
well
Them is the biggest
aware.
murderers right now.
And a lot of people are highlighting problems. We have to remember these gas tanks have a shelf life, and like the company is only refilling and selling them back out.
They're giving it a fresh. They're giving it a fresh paint, but they're not doing any hydrostatic testing in it.
They need to. And the authorities need to pay close attention to this. Nobody must die again. Are you in agreement with me?
What's that? You could come back with that, please?
The authorities need to get off their behind and do something about this before somebody should die again.
No, exactly, because it happening too regular now, and something happened and they're still not paying attention to how serious these gas tank could explode and harm people, kill them. They're taking it for granted.
I was discussing it with some people recently, and I suggested that these companies need to do a recall in phases. And they tell me this could be a logistical nightmare. But when Nissan and Toyota and these car companies have a problem, they don't have any problem in recalling a 500,000 vehicles.
No, because you see, in this country, you're not supposed to lose any finances. You rather somebody lose their life.
They need to do something seriously about it. Anyway, all the best. Have a great evening, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Okay, before we get the next caller, let's welcome Rand's Products to our studio. And Rand's Products you can get at all your supermarkets. We have sugar, we have parboiled rice, we have corned beef, anything in the line of supermarket. Oils, you can check out Rand's. Rand's Trading Imports at 744-5555, Bamboo Settlement number 1. Okay. Richard, this gas tank thing getting out of hand again, you know?
Yeah, I think I wanna spend some time on that next week. I wanna look into it seriously.
We have a caller again. Hello, good night, caller. Hello?
Hi, good night, good night.
Good night.
No, this is a message for Ramco and MP. Now, I find too much a gas tank exploding now. They said use the soapy water test. But you know what they're supposed to do? They're supposed to take their time, make sure they do everything right to correct the situation with this gas tank. It's happening too regular now. Look, just yesterday or day before another one explode. You understand? Plenty housewives use the gas tank on a daily basis to prepare meals and whatnot. Sometimes you get up and you go in the kitchen, and when you watch that gas tank, it gets in you scared.
Yes.
We don't want that one to an MP. We want our gas tank to be well fitted in our kitchen. So that's all you have to do. Get up and make the snacks happen. Take it and make sure all your fix it good. If all you fix it and all you like it, do it over. We don't want to let no more lives. It's too much now. You have to do something about it. This is a serious thing.
Yes, Kola, I agree with you. I think what they should do is certify these tanks now.
Yeah, we talked about that. A, B, and fail.
Suppose that is like when they tell you when it was certified.
Yeah.
What is the expiry date on it before they had to do another test on it, and that it should be a system like that.
Yeah.
Because it really getting out of hand now. And let's welcome Ronex. Ronex for all your tools, drills, and here you all could come down in Bamboo here now and get all your Ronex tools at ridiculous prices. Ridiculous prices. And we have anything you need in the line of tools. Check Ronex at Bamboo number 2, 61 Bamboo Settlement number 2, 663-4762. And before we move on, there's one thing I have to do here. I was supposed to do it earlier, and I did not do it. For all those people who are interested in, we have some vehicles here on the compound of, everybody know the compound of ROC. We have some vehicles for sale. We have some Note, the Nissan Note. We have a Vizel Z. We have a Toyota Fielder. We have a Toyota Yaris Cross. So if you need if interested in any of these vehicles, you can call 663-4762, or you can contact me at 792-1656. 792-1656 for good quality vehicles.
What you have for me there? You have any Zabuka?
Right now we have here, I could, see your name down for Toyota new model, Toyota Prado. That is what you're going on for?
That's a nice Richard you have there.
You're not easy.
Could never be me.
New model Prado. Yeah. And the color is what? A shiny black.
Shiny black?
Yeah, you know it have a dullish black, a flat black, and it have a shiny black.
I know gunmetal black, and I know...
You see anything with gun, brother man? I know nothing about that.
I don't need color, I know.
Right? I know nothing about gun and things. So you keep that to yourself now, you know what I mean? All right, well, Richard, you see
it's
the time? And I see Justin sent a message already, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, so, he just move.
Folks, it was nice being here with you again last week. We had a lot of things to discuss, but every week like it is. It is.
Let me see what next week Wednesday look like.
Boy, so it was nice being here again. I hope you all enjoy the information that was given to you by the learned attorney. And next week, I'm sure he will enlighten you with some more bylaws. What you intend to do next week?
If nothing serious happens this week, all things being equal, I will address insofar as what the citizenry may want to do about the gas tank issue. Maybe I could look at OSHA. Maybe I could look at other health and safety requirements, goods for sale. Maybe I could look at those warranty issues, look at those things holistically as well as in-depth and specific, and address that.
All right, and before we go, before I hand over to you, officers, there are certain areas that are being targeted with home invasion. All you do a little more patrol. Visibility. You see visibility. Because sometimes you see you see in videos all 2 o'clock in the morning, people walking the road. So if it a police presence in a SOE, you have all right to hold them. You know what I mean? So police visibility is so important in these areas. I know you can't be everywhere because you can pass someone, something can happen right after you pass. But oh God, for heaven's sake, all you visit the areas, have some patrols, stagger your patrols, and protect the citizens. You know what it is for a 7-year-old child to be hands to be tied up? That's kind of child. But I don't know. And these pests and them outside there and realize what they're doing with children and adults and even adults, These pests. That is why sometimes when I read in the papers, 2 get shot by the police. I just say 2 bandits again there, you know. But sometimes you doesn't know. So I don't feel sorry for when I hear if they find you in somebody's compound and you're dead, I say good for you. You have no right to be there.
We were doing it in the first place.
Once you're there. So officers, make a little patrol and at least give the citizens that sense of security. Because a lot of people living in fear. And how much burglar proof you could put again?
Yeah, sometimes it feels like
how
you live in a
much
prison.
again? So with that, Richard, I hand over to you.
Good night. Farewell. See you all again next week. I hope you enjoyed the session. All I could do is explain the law, break it down as much as possible, and I hope it's helpful. See you all next week on another episode of Breaking Barriers.